Good morning. Hello. How is everybody? It's been a hectic week. A very hectic week. I'm not complaining at all. It's been a good week, but very hectic. I have my hot chocolate. Brushed my teeth about half an hour ago, so this should be drinkable. Mind you, I like mint chocolate, so you know, that is drinkable and it tastes nice. This is good. How is everyone? Ooh, hopefully, fingers crossed, the quality of the camera is better this week because I appreciate last week was absolutely dreadful. I could see that for those that commented. Yes, no, I noticed when I watched the playback because I do go back and just watch the first sort of like 10 minutes or so just to see how the quality of the video is coming out. I mean, it looks crystal clear on my end, but yeah. So I left, it really was bad last week. So I've just put a quick note on there to say that I know it's bad, but I've left it up because I assume most people kind of listen to it rather than watch. I know there's a few pieces where I'm like, look at the thing, and you can really not see the thing because it's the quality of a potato. But yeah, I figured people majority kind of like have me burbling on in the background if they rewatch it at all. So yeah. Nimoy is here. Hello everyone. Hi, how are you? Joker Cleese is here. Good morning, all. I need to finish the hem on this skirt that I started on Wednesday with the Patreon peeps. But it needs a lot of pressing before I can do anything to it, and I haven't done that yet. Whoops. Dorset Threads is here. Good morning. Good morning. So who's been to the Stitch Festival and who is going to the Stitch Festival? Ooh, I have a text message. How exciting. Right. Nothing exciting, I'm afraid. April says, good morning from Massachusetts. Good morning. Caroline says, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. Lala Palooza says, morning or good morning. Lynn says, morning. Bvet says, hello for all from Australia. Good evening. And Joker Clee says, the first baby coo arrived this week, just FYI. So my sleep schedule now consists mainly of sleeping during the day and being up most of the night. Lol. Baby coo. So cute. Anyway, says, I'm very well. Hope you're doing well too. Had an overly successful shopping trip yesterday, but all things I needed. Nice. You Hunt says, good morning from Perry, Florida. Good morning. Very early for you. And from Massachusetts as well, April. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. I haven't had a hot chocolate for a while because I've been out of the house. I know. I've left the actual building. Who even am I? Yeah, I've been out of the house a lot this week. So I haven't been having my regular hot chocolates because I've been kind of waking up ridiculously early and running around like a headless chicken and getting things done, which has been good. But I am tired and I've had makeup on 3 times this week and my face is killing me. It is not happy today at all. At all. Mim says, hello everybody and hello Sean. How are you? Very well, thank you. How are you? The 2-hour sew-along, respect. Thank you. I've had some lovely comments on that sew-along. I was really worried about putting it out because I just thought it's one of those videos that's just not, I don't expect people to watch a 2-hour sew-along for something that they have no intention of ever sewing ever. And I was just like, oh, I've had such momentum from the capsule collection video. It's going to kill the algorithm again. The algorithm's going to be like, oh, she's just released another video and it's terrible and nobody's watching it, so we won't show her stuff to anyone again. So that's why I did the release schedule the way that I did. So the 2-hour-long sew-along, and then the pattern review almost not immediately, but almost immediately after it. So yeah. I'm genuinely, what's hard, blown away that people are watching it all the way through, and the comments as well. So lovely. I always get so nervous about sew-alongs because, like I say, I in the review, I'm not formally trained, so it's just my way of doing things, and I've massively overcomplicated this dress, but I love the result that I get. So I don't know, but thank you, Mim. Lollapalooza says, home from Calgary, where I suffered -23 degrees weather, to come home to Ontario, where the robins have arrived and my daffodils are up. Oh, lovely. Michelle says, good morning, lovelies. Hope you have a great morning. You too. Jokingly says, oh, sure, rub in the nice weather. Lol. Laura says, morning from icy Western Massachusetts. My car is locked up in ice. Oh, no. Good morning, though, Laura. I'm so sorry your car is in icy prison. Caroline says, I found my copy of the pattern yesterday. It's a good one. Nimue says, I saved the sew-along for Sewing Company later after the hangout. Oh, thank you. I have tried to waffle as little as possible in that, and it's still 2 hours long. Whoops. Yeah. Dorset Thread says, I broke my leg on Monday, so in an air boot and using crutches, so no sewing for me this week. Not happy. You poor thing. Oh, you poor thing. I hope you get better soon. I mean, obviously as quickly as legs, bones knit properly, but you poor thing. Uncle's here. Hello, everyone. Hi. Anyway, says, it's miserable with rain today over here. We might even get a thunderstorm according to the forecast. Oh, no. We've got patches of blue sky and big grey clouds. So we've kind of got like weird things going on out there. We had giant hailstorms yesterday. It was very odd. So yeah. Lollapalooza says, I really don't see how they can class that as an easy sew dress. No, same. Like I say, I saw somebody else mention the fact that it had no zip and no buttonholes, so maybe that's why it was easy. And I do appreciate that Vogue, in my head, I don't know if this is correct, but Vogue in and of themselves are a level of difficulty higher anyway than McCall's and Butterick. And that's not to say that McCall's and Butterick don't put out difficult patterns, because they do, but that even as the bog standard dress, I don't think that's an easy dress because of the way they want you to do those yokes. I don't think it's an easy dress. I think that was a fallacy. Yeah. Nimue says to Dorset Threads, that sucks. I hope you get better soon. Hugs. And Jokingly says, I'm severely missing thunderstorms these days, even though we did have a little thunder blizzard come through back end of last month. Thunder blizzards. Wow. And then here we're like, oh, look, a snowflake. Oh, yeah, thunder blizzards. Nice. Lynn says, I'm not formally trained either, and I'm currently overcomplicating a jacket. As long as it turns out well, then as far as I'm concerned, we're doing it right. I mean, I do say that, and I completely agree with you. I think if you find that, and you might have noticed if you got to that point in the sew along where I'm a bit salty about being told how I should put in invisible zips, so I don't do it on camera anymore, because every time I show how I sew an invisible zip in, I get a comment saying, do it this way, and pointing to that Kenneth King. I just watched the video. I should know his name. I watched him introduce himself so I could go, oh yeah, that's the name, not Kenneth Cole. I always get pointed back to that video. And I love that method. I think it's a really, really good method. 100% use it if it works for you. I mean, even to the point where my sister-in-law gave me a hemostat. I have the thing. Like, I think it's a great method. I really do. It's just not natural for me because I've been doing it the way that I do it for so, so long. And the way I do it, it's not groundbreaking. But I do end up with that little jog at the bottom, which you don't with the hemostat method. Um, but because I've been doing my way so, so long, it's second nature to me. And that way I have to think about it. I have to go back and watch the video and think about it. And if I did it enough, that would become second nature, I'm sure. But I like the way I do mine. I don't have to think about it. So, yeah, but that's why I haven't included close-ups of how I sew in a visible zip, because I just get told I'm doing it. To be fair, the comments are always like, do it this way. Have you seen this method? You should try this. They're not like, you're doing it wrong. But it's happened so often, I'm just like, I'm not doing it anymore. Nope. Nope. Caroline says, not bad here. I've got to put a line. I put out a line of laundry already. Nice. Nim says, in Germany, it's so coldish. Only 5 degrees, but feels like 0 degrees. I don't like. No, that's too chilly. Anka says, the dress is amazing. I like to watch to see your way of thinking. Oh, thank you. Michelle says, I planned family photo because my niece is home from Canada, and wouldn't you know it, it's stormy weather. So much for pics on the beach. Been good weather all week. Oh, how long is she back for? Erin says, good morning from Virginia. Good morning. Tristan's here. Good morning from Nashville. Good morning. Did I get that right, Artie Blade? Or is, I want to say Tristan. Did I get that right, though? I think I may have gotten that wrong. I'm so sorry. Artie Blade. Good morning from Nashville. Good morning. Nimue says to Mim, yes, the wind is nasty. Had to wait for the rain and hail to pass to head for the car yesterday, and my fingers were freezing. Not fun. Oh, I got it right. Yay. Some things apparently do seep into my brain and stay there. That's awesome. That's Tristan, by the way. Sorry. Dorset Threads says, thank you to Nimue. Wandering So says, hello, Chili Prague. Hello from Chili Prague. There's a word missing in that sentence. How are you doing today? Very well, thank you. How are you? Mim says, a funny story. Bought the Butterick 5951 as a PDF, stick them together, scale 100, and it was all over the place. So I drafted it by myself from my block and it works. Oh, I'm so sorry, but yay, that's such an awesome dress. Oh, ending it with. That's such an awesome dress. Michelle says she's home till Sunday. Weather is supposed to be crap until Friday. She leaves Saturday. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Lynn says, it's nice and sunny here in Belfast. I have washing out because my tumble dryer broke. Oh, no. Renari says, good morning, peeps. I have been rudely woken up. That's been about 2 hours ago. No one is in my home, physically speaking, so might fall asleep during your hangout. Well, you should get some sleep, but it's very nice of you to check in. Thank you for coming. And Jojo says, morning all. Hope you're all well. Thank you. Very well. Thank you. How are you? Mim says, yes to Nimue. Had to wear my winter coat yesterday. Tristan says, I'm always impressed that you remember my and everyone else's names. I then second guess myself and I'm just like, did I get that wrong? Mm. I'm finished. I'm going to go put it by the front door. So for the Patreon peeps, I haven't forgotten you. I did actually get the video, the Patreon waffle, edited and uploaded last night. But I thought 3 videos in one day might be a little much, so it's going to go up when we finish the hangout today. So there is a Patreon behind the scenes waffle coming for the Patreon peeps. And I have a new Patreon peep to say hi to whilst I am chatting about the Patreon peeps. I have remembered. I don't know if I've remembered. I think that was me jogging my own memory. The very lovely Linda Best has joined the Patreon peeps. So thank you, Linda. Very much appreciate it. Right. I need to go and turn the iron on and iron that skirt so that I can hem it. Am I going to do that, or am I going to sit and waffle at you? Who's going to take bets? Joker Clue says, I could go for some good chili today with fresh sea salt buttermilk biscuits. Scones to you folks from across the pond. Scones? Well, I suppose we've got cheese scones. I do like a cheese scone. Now you're making me hungry. I haven't had scones for ages. Wandering Sarah says, doing okay. I finally finished the Upton dress this week and I'm calling it a wearable toile because it's not a style I love. I thought I would, but live and learn. I think that's one of the things that we as sewists have to take a chance on. And I mean, I know I've spoken about this loads, but you know, I get comments about constantly getting comments about the fact that I always wear fit and flare dresses, and that I kind of, you know, that I had quite a few people leave a couple of years ago because they were just like, oh, you used to experiment and you don't anymore. You just make the same silhouette over and over and over again. It's boring. I'm off. And it's like, okay, I get that. I get it, because yeah, I love fit and flare and it really suits me and I feel comfortable in it. And they're the dresses that I reach for most often. When I am getting dressed in the morning, you do form memories about the things that you wear, even if it's on a subconscious level of, like, if you put something on and you've not felt great in it all day, if you come to put that dress back on and you put it back in you bring it out the wardrobe again and you're just like, maybe not. And it's subconscious as much as it is like a decision. It's like, I didn't enjoy that last time, so you put it back and you reach for something that you did feel good in. And the trouble is, sewists is, you don't get to try the thing on before you commit. You have to commit. And so it's always awesome when people experiment with new to them styles and shapes and things like that. I think it's so cool because it's a lot of effort. It's not like you just go to the shop and pick something off the rack and go, yeah, I'm going to try that on. No, I don't like it. You've got to make the thing. And you can, with the best will in the world, go, ooh, yeah, no, I'm going to love that. That's going to be awesome on me, and make it up and just be like, nope. So the fact that we do that and that we keep experimenting, and that's one of the reasons I love the Patreon votes, because I know I've been sticking to my safe space of fit and flare dresses recently, but guys, you've been pushing me outside of my comfort zone with like fabric choices and different things like that. So I like that, because some of my favorite dresses have come from Patreon exclusive votes for things that I would never have thought of making in the past and absolutely love now. So yeah. Monica says, good morning, Sean. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Cornwall Crafter says, how do you shorten the hem on a flared skirt by several inches by yourself? I have a whole video on hem leveling. If it's so, for me, my favorite methods are, if you have a dress form that you can put it on, or a friend, the pinchy device. I love this thing. Absolutely love this thing. I have to admit that I don't use it as often as I do the second method that I'm going to tell you, but this thing is amazing. And I first saw it on Gertie's channel, and I don't think they make them anymore. This is by Dritz, I think. Did I keep? Yes, I have kept I've kept the packaging. I found it on eBay. It was 20 quid. It was a bargain. That's what it is. I love it. I have done a whole video on hem leveling methods, because there's a bunch of them. But the one that I use the most often is lying it on flat on a table and smoothing it out and doing it with a tape measure, and then trimming. And I tend to trim a little under what I think I should, hanging it up again or trying it on again and seeing if it's level, and then adjusting from there. If you want to shorten it by a good couple of inches, I would still do that. I would pick the length that you want, use your tape measure from the waist, and smooth the fabric out as you go. It works for me because whilst I do have big hips, I to the point that I do have a big bum, but it's not like a really sticky out bum. Like, it's not like the Kim Kardashian break the internet kind of like shelf butt. So I don't have to worry about taking more off the front or less off the front and more off the back, or vice versa. But that is my favorite method, and it's the one that I featured in this video for this skirt, and it's what I did with this one. And I do that because it's quick, and I appreciate not everybody has a dress form, and actually my dress form doesn't have the button stomach that I do either. And you know, so yeah, lying it flat and using a tape measure would be my recommendation. The Wandering Sewer says, I'm still looking for my go-to style that I feel good in. Yeah. I saw something the other day. I think I spoke about it last week, possibly, but somebody was mentioning that Anna Wintour isn't stylish, or isn't fashionable, and but she has like a uniform. She has 3 looks. If you have a look at any photos of her, she'll have one of 3 looks. She looks amazing in all of them. There are obviously variations on print and combinations and colors and things like that, but silhouettes, she has 3 silhouettes. And I think that's one of the things that you kind of have to go through a bunch of different stuff to work out what you actually like. There's a video, Nicola's channel is launching on Thursday this week. And I'm going to find out this evening if she's going to be putting her channel trailer live on Monday or on Thursday. There'll be a Kittenish Behaviour Meets video going up on my channel on Thursday as well. But in a couple of weeks' time, Nicola and I did a style swap. So I took a bunch of outfits over for specific occasions that we agreed on previously, and she put together looks for those occasions as well. And we tried each other's outfits on because we are basically the same size. I have bigger boobs than she does. She has longer legs than I do. I am not at all remotely jealous. You can see me literally going green. And it was hilarious. And it just underlined to me, because Nicola likes very streamlined looks and likes pencil skirts, and I feel like I look terrible in those. And then when she was in my stuff, I was like, oh my god, you look amazing. She's like, I feel like it's drowning me. And yeah, it's just really funny. So yeah, that video is coming out on her channel very soon. And if you haven't subscribed to Nicola, please go over and subscribe, because she's not allowed to monetize until she gets to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So I will, after today, go and put the link to her channel down in the description down below. But if you search for All About the Outfit YouTube channels, then you will find her channel. She was up to 30 subscribers the other day. She hasn't even put anything out, and I think majority of them are you and her family. But she was just like, because we're sitting there and I was editing for her and she was on her computer. She's like, look, I have 30 subscribers and you have 30,000. It was just like, you'll be there in no time. I can imagine her channel's going to blow up. I really do. I'll be the jealous one sitting there going, you have 300,000 subscribers and I have 30. But it's been really fun helping her sort of set things up and work out how it all goes together and stuff. But yeah, it's when you find your go-to style, you will experiment within those, not limits, but those like that style personality that you found for yourself. And it just takes some trial and error to get there. And that's the frustrating bit. If you look at some of my earlier videos, because we did look at some of my earlier videos, because Nicola was just like, oh, mine is not great. And I was like, yeah, but mine weren't either. if you look at some of my earlier videos, I was really just making the same thing over and over again with the occasional wild card thrown in that was awful. There's only been, I think, 3 times that I haven't shown you guys a finished item because I truly hated how I looked in it. One of those was a knit pencil dress with a big collar, and I used the most beautiful Ponte Roma with a gold border on the bottom, and I used the gold border on the bottom of the sleeves and the gold border on the bottom of the hem of the dress, and I put it on and I looked atrocious in it, and I was a good 2 stone lighter then than I am now. I hated it on me. Thinking about it, that fabric was amazing, and if I'd made a Jackie dress out of it, it would have been one of my favorites. But you guys never saw that. That's never saw the light of day. It went straight to the charity shop because it was just like, oh, it's terrible on me. It's going to look amazing on somebody else, but on me, not good. Not good at all. It was bad. It was very bad. But that's the thing. It's like you've got to excuse me. You've got to experiment, and you've got to find your style and the things that you love wearing and the things that you put on and are just like, oh yeah, this is amazing. So for me, it's highlighting my waist, tight up top, highlight my waist, much floof as possible over the butt because the butt is big. And I want to hide that. And I want to, it's not necessarily hiding it. It's maybe even like adding to it so that the waist looks smaller. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, that was a tangent, wasn't it? Do you mind me calling you your real name on here, or would you prefer I keep with the Wandering Sewist? I'm happy to do either. But you will get there. You will find your go-to style, and it'll click, and then it will just be like, oh my gosh, and then you'll just make multiple iterations of different prints and kind of tweaks within those style lines. And it's really fun when you get there. So it's definitely worth persevering. Cornwall Crafter says, my style doesn't really seem to fit sewing. I don't wear skirts, dresses, girly tops as I live in joggers and hoodies. My video that's coming out on Wednesday will be for you then, because I am doing another pattern collection clear out video, although I clear out none of these. But I'm doing my comfies, workout wear and swimwear selection. And some of these, like the only pattern that I've made from that collection are these, and these are my favorite joggers. I absolutely love these things because they cinch at the waist and they kind of like drape over the hips. I think this is the only, oh hello, fall up everywhere. This is the only black piece of clothing that I think I still have in my wardrobe. My Monoro coat as well, because I love that thing. But yeah, the video coming out on Wednesday is going to be great for you because I think there's only 6 patterns in there, but some of them are just are like joggers and leggings and t-shirts and oversized jumpers and hoodies and stuff. So yeah, and if you love those kind of things, I think I want to do so I've done the curated closet workshop and I loved it. I've obviously worked with Nicola, which has really helped kind of like hone in and refine my style as well. Mariah Patty did a video, which is one of her best performing videos, on 1 rule and 8 steps to get there for, creating a better wardrobe. And I have got the basis for a video like that done. I question whether I should release it or not, because as I say, there's like, I've just listed 3 other people who've done the same thing. But it was just like, okay, well, it's my take on it because my perspective and how the end result that I've got to is this. And I thought I could bring in some pictures of my old style and like the things that I used to wear when I was younger and why I wore them and how I've kind of like evolved out of that now that I've learned to sew, because I can now create the things that I wished I could buy on the high street kind of thing. But that's the thing. If joggers and hoodies work for you, make yourself the most amazing set of joggers and hoodie wardrobe you've ever seen. Do you like color? Do you like prints? I mean, I love a French terry print. I'm so excited about getting my overlocker back. It's coming back on Tuesday. It's been fixed. It works perfectly. So I'm really excited about getting these 2 tops made up. And then I'm going to start working on the knits from this, because I appreciate I've put this video out nearly 3 weeks ago and I haven't sewn a thing from this yet because my theory was that I was going to work on all the knits first because they're the chunkiest things in here, and they're also going to be super quick projects. So it's actually probably going to be a good thing to have that to do in April, because I'm going to have all of the prep running up to the retreat, because I need to make at least 2 bags. The retreat peeps, your bag will be announced and the hardware kit prices will be up in the retreat peeps group, and I will be sending you I'll either be sending you a PayPal gift card or a gift card from the website itself for your pattern for your bag for the retreat. I'm going to do that this afternoon. That is my goal this afternoon. So yes, because I appreciate that I give you homework, and I was supposed to have the bag to you in February, and it is now the end of March. I am very late. I appreciate that. So yes, but I did spend the majority of February kind of like stressing over whether the retreat was going to go ahead or not. And the fact that it is just amazing. And I was so excited. And there are still, I think, 3 places. I know. There are still 3 places left on the bag retreat, and you can book right up to the last minute if you decide that you fancy a week on the Isle of Wight with me and me and the family and some other like-minded peeps. You're very welcome. It would be very fun to have you there, but I'm really looking forward to it. There's going to be a talk from Nicola on my birthday dinner as well, and there's going to be it's going to be awesome. That was a lot of waffle, wasn't it, Cornwall Crafter? But I'm getting to the point of, I think tangentially, that the beauty of being a sewist and making clothes is that you can make exactly what you want. And I know the majority of patterns that come out, they're like the girly skirts, dresses, tops, etc., etc. But if you love joggers and hoodies, joggers and hoodies, words are hard, make them and enjoy them. And video on Wednesday for you. Joker Clee says, roll on the floor laughing my ass off. Was that at my shelf book comment? Cornwall Crafter says, I have a dress form but no other tools. Looking at the pinchy, but it was 60 plus. Wow, mine was 20 quid when I got it. Have a look on eBay. Unless that's where you were looking. I will see if I can find, I will snoop and see if I can find some other options. Some cheaper options, because like I say, I got mine from eBay. Inari says, I watched the Inside the Hem video yesterday. In this video, Lindsay was reviewing patterns as usual, and then at this timestamp to this timestamp, there's a particular pattern that is laughing. Was that the one? I haven't watched that video yet. I've been so busy this week, I haven't had time. But yeah, I will go back. Anka says, can't wait to see that. Nimue says, the style swap sounds like a fun experiment. Honestly, the majority of the time was us just giggling at each other. I don't know if I have a clip on my phone. Damn it, I don't. It's on my desktop. And yeah, the thumbnail's just us laughing at each other. You will see in the Patreon exclusive waffle, there is a very small clip of us giggling at each other in a way. So that'll be out in a little bit. And Ari says, the pattern is so funny that it would make a person roll with laughter. This is Simplicity pattern S9930. You must see for yourself. It's the spring 2024. Let's have a look. Let us have a look. I really need to not have Lamazi as a saved tab on my phone. Simplicity 9930 images. It's just coming up with old ones. Okay, let's go to Simplicity patterns, yes. 9930 search. Is that the pajamas one? Oh, it's for all the family. Oh. She doesn't look old enough to be the mother. Ooh. What? Why? Well, why? Mind you, I'm always just like amazed that people like, you know, there's a guy that I follow on TikTok and he turned around the other day, he's like, I'm 25. It's like, I thought you were my age. The Wondering Sorry says, I'm not monetized yet either. It's okay. It's a work in progress. Exactly. And Ari says, to say nothing about the comments, I'm going to have to watch that video. Monica says, you helped me love Fit and Flare. It changed my body image and I'm so grateful for you. The butterick dress with the ruffles was my turning point with you. Also trying more fitted clothes. Oh, awesome. Versus too much ease, which is what I think ease is what I learned from you. Game changer. Thank you. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Okay, Grace says, just popping on to wish you all a great week. Off to start the night shift now. Bye. It was lovely to see you. Diana says, it's fine. I want to minimize my mom tummy. Yeah, I always kind of thought that you shouldn't like sort of like put any volume in front of that, but actually the 7319, which has got those kind of like ruched gathered panels over it, I actually find that quite flattering. But yeah, it's not to honestly, Nicola's biggest fangirl here, but it might be worth having a chat with Nicola. She does a freestyle. She does a free kind of like get to know you chat and to work out if the working together would help. But it might be worth having a chat with her and just sort of like saying like, what do you recommend? Because it might underline things that you know that you want to wear or don't want to wear, but it could work. Professor Pudge says, good morning. Good morning. Cornwall Crafter says, I shall look forward to seeing it. Awesome. Teresa says, I love making dresses. However, there are very few occasions for me to wear them. See, I don't let that stop me. I just wear them. I'm inappropriately dressed most of the time. It's just, yeah. Mim says, yes, you totally should release the video about how your style changed. Natalie says, hello all, hello. Nimue says, I know all but one participant of the retreat and can vouch for it being lots of lovely people. Yes. Aaron says, I have an event in April to sew for. I'm making the Sew Over at Martha dress in black linen. Wish me luck. Ooh, pretty. And good luck. Joe says, good morning, evening from Osaka on my holla and trying to resist going to the fabric shops as I still have almost all the fabric uncut that I bought the last time I came to Japan. Don't forget to like the stream, peeps. Thank you, Joe. And I'm just going to say that, you know, you're in Japan. Just like maybe go have a look and see if they've got anything new since you were there last. You know, there's Rosary Apparel did a couple of fabric shops from her time in Japan, and there was one fabric that I was just like, oh, I want that. I wish I could get that. And it was very similar to this one. So it was like orangey flowers. It was so beautiful. I was just like, oh, I wish I could get that one. I think you might have even been there when she put that up, and I was going to text you and just say, if you happen to fall into a fabric store and see this, I will give you monies to bring it back for me. But that was a while ago, so it probably isn't there anymore. But I would say go look, because, you know, why not? And also, when you buy fabric from your Hollybobs, it is your souvenir. And then when you make something from it, you will always remember that trip because of the fabric. I still have fabric from Croatia that I haven't made up, but I will. So, yeah. Not to be an enabler or an encourager in any way, shape, or form, though. Lollapalooza says, ready to start them calls at 7925. Good luck with that. Professor Pudge says, I say shop to Joe. Do it. Do it. Nimue says, lunch is ready, so I'll be back later. Natalie says to Joe, you have to buy at least one piece of fabric as a souvenir. See? Souvenir shopping. Pin says, morning peeps. I'm not a flowery dress person myself, and your style is not mine, but I've been following you for years and the hints and for the hints and tips and dating disasters. Yeah, I kind of just realized that I'm going to be one of those ladies that just goes and buys all the cats. And people were saying that to people as a threat, but it's kind of like one of those things now that's becoming more and more appealing. It's like, you mean I get to have my own house with all the books and TV and games that I want and cats? That sounds like a really, really good time. So, yeah. Yeah, because as much as I enjoy having a partner, I am not willing to put up with the crap that comes with having one, at least all the ones that I've experienced. So, yeah. So Kate says the 9930 is funny, a pattern for the family. I know, right? What were they thinking? So, yeah, interesting. Interesting. I'm all over the place today, aren't I? The Wandering Sower says, shopping for fabric while on holiday is my favourite. I'll be in London for 5 days in April, so we'll be shopping on the Goldhawk Road on the 22nd. So excited. I meant to answer you in the comments because you put it up in the Peeps group. That's going to be amazing, but I can't come. I'm so sad because I would love to have finally met you. But the retreat starts in like a week after that, so I'm going to be mad busy prepping for all of that. So I won't be able to come to that one. But if anybody else wants to go and meet Diana at the Goldhawk Road for shopping shenanigans, yeah, 22nd of April. Enjoy. Enjoy. Professor Pudge says, speaking of cats, who was the lovely fluffy dog on your Instagram this week? He belongs to Nick. She, I beg her pardon, Poppy. Poppy belongs to Nicola. And I was so cold at her house. I was literally frozen solid, and Nicola very kindly let me have her heated blanket, and Poppy was just like, well, sod you, mother, I'm sitting where it's warm. So she was on my feet in that picture. You can't tell at all, but my feet are actually under the dog. And I was just like, yeah. Natalie says, I have 4 cats and no partner. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah, I think that's going to be me. And Ari says, for so Kate, I couldn't stop laughing. To save my life, I rolled on the floor laughing horrifically. I have to watch it. I do love her videos. Like I say, I've just been super busy this week, so I haven't had a chance yet, but I will. I will. Right. Do I turn the iron on and go and iron this skirt so I can do some sewing? Words are hard. Let's do that. Let's turn the iron on. Yeah, the other thing that I've got to make next month is my evening gown for the gala dinner, so my birthday dress. And I have a few thoughts and options. Because the Patreon peeps are currently voting for the next sew along, and it looks like the very simple princess themed Vogue pattern is going to win. But I said I'd make that out of a sheer fabric. And I did think about doing it from this one, but I think this is going to be too itchy on my arms. And I think having said it's going to be too itchy on my arms. Oh, actually, that's not bad. But I think what I want to do with this one is a KB Grace bodice with a giant tiered and gathered skirt, and then an overshirt with big, huge, puffy sleeves, because this has got some nice structure to it. I think that would look awesome. So I think that's what I want to do with this one. And I'm going to line it with that satin that I've got, that I used for the lace dress that I did last year. I don't think I like that lace dress. I like the bodice of it. I don't think I like the skirt of it. I think I want to try and refashion the skirt. I might, having just said all the things I said about not liking pencil skirts on me, I think I might try and put a pencil skirt on it. There's plenty of fabric left in that skirt to do it with. The trouble is if I make it in if I need to do a muslin first, because words are hard. If I make it and if I change it and I don't like it, then I have lost that fabric basically. So yeah. Let's see. I'm laughing. Jinapin says, I'm laughing as I'm trapped in bed with both cats at the moment. Kato has a trip to the vets for neutering on Wednesday, so he's still feeling a bit sore. Oh, bless him. So he's sitting on you and he's just like, Mother, why did you do this to me? Mim says, which dress do you want to make for the retreat? And then you say, okay, you just answered my question. Ren says, could you remind me what pattern you used to make the cream strawberry dress? I have a nice orange blossom cotton that wants to be made up into a similar dress. It was the 7974. And I love that. And I can't wait till it warms up enough so I can start wearing those dresses again. I think that's one of the reasons that I've kind of been reverting to these jogging bottoms and a different t-shirt most of the time for the last sort of month or so, is because I'm cold constantly and I don't like being cold, but I want to wear my pretty things, but it's too chilly to do that. So yeah. Also, yeah, I've I've decided that that's one of the reasons that I'm going to do the workout wear and swimwear video on Wednesday, is because I want to go back to the gym. I'm unfit and I want to be fit again. I like being fit. Not like super fit. I don't want to run a marathon. That would be atrocious. I would be terrible at that. I don't like running. My knee and my hip would not tolerate that either, but I would like to be fit again. So swimming and cross trainer and some weights is what I'm after. And I have decided that I'm going to prioritize that. But I do need a swimsuit to go to the gym in, because the teeny tiny bikinis, which I'm sitting there talking about the bikini pattern that I've made up and I love, but it is a sunbathing bikini. You can swim in it as well, but it isn't like one to be going properly swimming in, because it's an itsy bitsy teeny weeny tiny bikini, and I was wearing my yellow polka dot dress when I did it, and then realized at the time, I was like, oh, that was completely by accident. I made myself laugh, and I have now just, ruined the funny moment in that video on Wednesday. But yeah. Jokingly says, well, I think I might have to send the oldest minion out to the freezer in the shed for some ground round later today, so we can make chili for when the in-laws arrive. You have been wanting chili, so I think that sounds like a plan. Natalie says, but beware the heartbreak that pets bring. My senior lady has lymphoma and it's been so hard to see them pass. I know. We were talking about this the other day. Oh, I think it was last week on this. Yeah, no, not good. One of Big Bird's kitties went over the Rainbow Bridge recently. Poor Cassie. So sad. Yeah. Lynn says, ooh, love that fabric and the idea for the dress. Yeah, I think it's going to be really pretty. And I have 10 meters of it, because there's this one and then there, that bit as well. So it's really nice. And it's going to be the cleavage-tastic dress because it's me. But I'm thinking a really big floofy over the top skirt, because it's never going to be, this is silk and it's see-through. This is never going to be worn as like an everyday dress ever. Like, not see-through, but I mean, yeah, that's see-through, isn't it? You need to have something underneath of that. So yes, the satin that I use for the lace dress that I don't like, I do like the satin, although it is a polyester satin, so I will line it with something nice so it's nice next to my skin. But it's going to be perfect under this, and it will look like a nude illusion of floating roses. I'll have a floating roses dress. And then the shirt that I'm thinking of, let me see if I can find it. going to be a variation. I'm thinking one of those or that one. I want that collar, but I'm also going to put giant poofy sleeves on it, which is going to be super over the top. I appreciate, like massively, massively over the top. But it will be awesome. It will be awesome. Where did I get to with the chat? Joker Clee says, either that or I really need to find something around here that resembles food that doesn't require 2 hours of cooking. Lol. I mean, there is that as an option as well. Like, do you have 2 hours of cooking in you? Or is it like half an hour of prep and then an hour and a half of like sitting and becoming the most awesome thing in the world ever? Ren says, yes, I'm also a sweats goblin in the winter. Smiley face. Yeah, I've kind of gone off my scuba dresses because of the hot flushes. It's just not worth it because, you know, in this I can take the cardigan off and then I've got a cotton t-shirt on underneath and you know, so it's not like my own personal sauna suit. But the scuba dresses, I've fallen out of love of wearing them at the moment. I need to make more Jackie dresses, and I do have 2 fabrics there for Jackie dresses. I need to make some more of those because those I love wearing in like the viscose ponties, and these are cotton jerseys there, so I just need to pull my finger out and get those made. Diana says, would you classify the Simplicity 9325 as fit and flare? Let's have a look. Let us have a look. 9325. Okay, it's just come up with Vogue and Berda, which is not what we want. So, Simplicity 9325. Oh, yeah, I think so. Interesting that they don't sell it on Simplicity anymore. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that one should be awesome because it's got the ties at the back. I love my dress that's got ties at the back. Yeah, but I would say that's fit and flare because it does have the cinchingness at the waist and then the full flowy skirt. But I love ones with the ties at the back because you can eat a big dinner and then adjust as necessary. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. I love the floofy sleeves as well. Floofy sleeves. Floofy sleeves. Floofy sleeves. Lisa's here. Morning, Sean. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Gina Pin says, Kato can't sit at the moment. He's obviously a bit tender, so he's curled up on my chest. He got a couple more doses of painkillers to have. The look on his face when he has his temperature done. Oh, he's not pleased with you. You're a bad mommy. Oh, Chi this morning was so cute. I managed to get a photo of her. You can't really tell what she's sitting on, but she is lying curled up. I'm on my side and she's lying curled up next to me. Look at the floofs. Oh, she was so cute. She started doing that in the morning. She'll like walk along my side and then try and decide if it's placed perfectly for her to sit on it, and then she can't, so she'll come and sit next to me like curl, and it's just like, oh, my baby. Yeah. Got itchy eyeball. That's better. Lisa says, one of my fosters, Scout, had a tapeworm last week. First one I've ever seen. Not saying it was huge. It was, but it had to... Ah! Blah! Gross. And Professor Pudge is laughing but says poor Kato. Lynn says those shirts are fabulous. Yeah, I think it's going to look really cool over this. It's going to be really over the top and very kind of like obnoxious, but I love the idea of that. And then theoretically, I can wear it with other things because I'm going to make it cropped and so that it ties at the waist with nothing, no peplum or anything, because this is me we're talking about. I'm quite excited about it. Gin and Pin says, I love those shirts, but I'm short in the torso, so I'd be exposing my belly button. You're short in the torso, so you'd be exposing your belly button. I have a long torso. Would I not be exposing my belly button? Don't you just adjust so that it sits on your waist? That's going to be interesting to make those as a. I'm going to do a video on it because I kind of need to. But yeah. And Harry says to Lisa, poor kitty, my tummy hurts just thinking about it. Yes. Diana says, I made the 9325 last fall and it looks very nice, so maybe that's my style. Do you, when you reach for it, and when you wear it, do you have a good day in it? Is it one of those things that you're thinking about it all day and you're like adjusting it, or is it just like you put it on and you don't think about what you're wearing? Because if you like it, it could be one of your staple pieces. It could be your T&T. Lisa says, used a spot on Oema and she is fine now. This is good. Erin says, good morning from Nebraska. Hope everyone is doing well. Very well, thank you. How are you? Ren says, I know you've said you're not a trouser person, but wide linen trousers instead of sweats for the winter are also pretty comfy in my opinion. Ooh, I'm gonna be doing a video about trousers again. I've even bought, this is navy, I promise, and it's got a texture. There you go, you can see. It's 100% wool suiting from Paul Smith via Lady McElroy or Sherwood's. It was called Bird's Eye. And I want to make this outfit from it. I have no idea if I'm going to feel comfortable in it or not, but I have a plan. Oh, wow. Sorry, I've just logged into Pinterest to show you the thing, and that dress just came up. And it's amazing. Look at that little fox. Oh. Ooh. Not remotely, but look how pretty that one is. Yeah, I need to save that because that's amazing. And at some point this year, hopefully, I've bought the boots for it. I am going to be doing I haven't got tickets for the Eras tour, but here's what I would wear if I did. I'm going to make myself an outfit. I want to make those trousers because I actually think they might suit me. And I have started my trouser video because I went with Mum. I'm going to make that little jacket that goes with it if I've got enough fabric. If I haven't, I am going to make a waistcoat. But I went with Mum to Marks and Spencer's a while ago now. It was last year. Let's see. Quite a while ago. Quite a while ago. There it is. So yeah, I went with Mum to Marks and Spencer's to try on a bunch of trousers to see what kind of shape I liked. And that carroty leg kind of 3/4 or 7/8 trousers were my favourite out of the lot. As well as wide leg trousers. So hopefully I'll have enough of the dark navy viscose that I've got there. If I don't have enough, I can buy some more. But to make these 7-something trousers, I've given Mum the pattern and some black viscose. But I've made a couple of pairs of those, but the ones that I really liked and wore, they're in a khaki colour, so they're the wrong colour for me. They weren't bright enough. She says, talking about making them in navy. And then the other ones that I made, which I loved, were in the linen chambray from Lady McElroy in the Savannah print. And I absolutely love them, but I don't like wearing print on my bottom half like that. So my sister, no, not my sister-in-law, my niece has those. But I did love that style of trouser. So I'm going to try and make myself a pair of those. As well as the skinny legged trousers, because I know not everybody likes skinny jeans, but I kind of like myself in skinny jeans, and I think with heels those 7/8 length trousers will actually look quite nice. We shall see. We shall see. Gin and Pin says, I'm only working Monday and Tuesday this week. Then off for 6 days, I plan to do crafting every day, if not all day. Dressmaking, knitting, weaving, spinning. Oh my, that sounds amazing. Have a wonderful time. Jojo says, oh, pants. Bought now and then melody dress pattern for much cheapness on eBay. Didn't realise relisting properly. It's cut to a size 14, so too small. Don't. I know I can grade, but I'm lazy. Oh, it is a nice dress though. Ren H says, I'm looking forward to the trouser video. Fitting pants is hard. I'm in the process of fitting selvage jeans at the moment, taking a little break. Lol. I am planning on going down the route of making my trouser block from my craftsy course that I have. I've done the bodice and the skirt. I still need to do the sleeve and the trousers, but the sleeve one kind of put me off because it seemed like you had to draft a new sleeve for every different thing that you did. It didn't seem like there was a standard sleeve in their method. So I do actually have the Vogue fitting shell, and Vogue patterns, as we know, fit me quite well. So I'm going to maybe take a leaf out of Bianca's book because I love my sloper and I'm really pleased with the fit of it. But when I tried converting when I tried backing the darts off a bit around the bust, I know I was doing it in calico. Lynn will be like, you did it in calico, there was wrinkles. Calico is not forgiving, I know, but I was never really happy with how it looked if it wasn't a princess seam. So I'm going to be using the sloper that I've done to do my waistcoats because I want those to have princess seams in them, and maybe princess seams are a better option for me anyway because I do have big boobs, although I do have some dresses with darts in that I like. But I'm going to get the Vogue fitting shell out and have a look at that and see if I can make the sleeve and the bodice of that, possibly even the skirt. But the skirt, my skirt sloper fits me pretty well. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at maybe kind of tweaking those ones. But I am going to do the craftsy trouser block thing because the kind of like pattern that you end up with is pretty much what I want anyway. It's just I need to add a few star lines into it. Professor Pudge says, what pattern are you considering for the trousers? I'm going to draft it myself because I am a glutton for punishment. Natalie says, I still wear skinny jeans. I like my skinny jeans when I have the right boots on over the top. So usually kind of like over the knee boots for me, or a boot with a heel. I kind of like my skinny jeans then, although at the moment I absolutely do not like how I look at the moment, and it's because I am unfit and I've just eaten all the sugar. So yeah, that's another reason I want to start going to the gym again, because I want to be fit. It's more about how I feel than how I look, because I appreciate that I look nice objectively, like, you know, I don't look bad, and I do dress myself in such a way that I look my best, I feel. But it would be nice to feel fit again and to be able to walk up the hill from the bus stop without feeling really uncomfortable. Because lots of people have just been saying to me, oh, just go out for a walk, and I can't, because where we live is majority of it is hills, and my hip and my knee will not let me. I have tried and I get stuck for like a good half hour while my hip kind of calms itself down. So that's why I want to go to the gym, because I can walk on a cross trainer, so it's low impact. Also swimming, which is, I think, is going to be the way I start, swimming and then onto the cross trainer. But I can walk on the cross trainer with low impact, and if my hip or knee sees up, then I'm in a warm space where I can easily sit down, even if it's on the floor, and wait for it all to like work itself out and stop being a dick and start working again. Whereas if that happens when I'm out walking in public, I mean, obviously I can and sometimes have to sit on the floor, but that's not something that I want to do. So yeah, but I would like to feel fit again. I have been doing yoga and I've been very much enjoying it. And yeah, I mean, I like the aesthetic results of doing exercise, I'm not going to lie. And, you know, I am vain enough that I would love to look like I did when I was 20. In fact, 20, when was my sweet spot? 26. I would love to have that figure back, but that was the gym for an hour and a half, 3 times a week, you know, with a personal trainer. So and you know, the metabolism of a 26-year-old. So I appreciate that that's not actually going to happen, but it would just be nice to feel fit again. So yeah, and I want to go back to salsa because I had to stop salsa because, again, the hip and the knee. I've also found some line dancing classes, and I love line dancing, and so I want to go and do that. And again, I think I just need to I think swimming is going to be good because it will strengthen everything and support it at the same time. And again, if things play up when I'm in a swimming pool, I can just bob about. I don't, I won't bob about in the swimming lane, but I can just bob about until it starts feeling better again. So yes, yes. Ren says, are you using pattern making for fashion design? I just have one sleeve block for everything woven and one for knit. Yeah, I haven't used that one. That's the one that Bianca uses as well. And that's why I'm thinking I'm going to go down that route and have a look at the bodice from the Vogue Sloper. And I'm going to get myself a copy of that book. But yeah, the Craftsy class, that's what I thought I was going to get, is like a sloper for my bodice, a sloper for my skirt, a sloper for my sleeve, and a sloper for my trousers. But the skirt class, it kind of sounds like, from what she's saying, and my interpretation of it is that you have to draft a new sleeve for every, because the arm size changes. But surely you could have like one that, and what I was planning on doing was having a sleeve that fit into the arm side of my block, and then just draft, whatever change I make to the arm side, make to the sleeve cap as well. But the other thing is my sleeve hole, my armhole, arm side on my block from the sloper class is odd. It was the area that needed the most tweaks to it. It was the only area that needed tweaks to it. In fact, the rest of it came out perfect. It was that shoulder thing that was going on. I think I maybe mismeasured my shoulder, so it's my own fault. But yeah, I want to have a look at the Vogue shell pattern that I've got and see if I can see how that fits me, because yeah, that one, Vogue patterns do tend to fit me quite well. Lynn says, I prefer princess seam. I have a larger bust to frame and find bust and waist darts aren't great in lightweight fabrics. Yeah. Yeah, I think I just want to do the thing where this is the trouble. I watch Bianca's videos and I'm like, I want to do all the things. And I have learned that trying to slavishly copy somebody else's style, I think that's what the Star Trek dress video is going to end up being. I still need an angle on that one, but I think it's going to end up being that trying to emulate somebody else's style that's so far outside of your comfort zone is probably never a good idea. But you can take elements of it and make it work for you. That's what I think the Star Trek dress video is going to end up being. It's a year in the making. I have so much footage for that video. But I just watch her videos and I'm just like, I want a darted bodice because I want to do the things. And she has a big boobs and teeny waist. So yeah. I want to try that. Jinnapin says, I might even get myself organized enough to start posting on Instagram again. The dark nights are over now, so taking photos will be easier. Time changing next weekend in the UK. Indeed. Natalie says, my senior lady wants her breakfast. I'll be back after wrestling her into taking her meds. Good luck. Jojo says, been monogamous with skinnies for 2 decades and still love them, but think it's time for an open relationship. Bring on the denim speed dating. I love that. I tried on Nicola's jeans and they fit perfectly, except on her they're high rise and on me they're like mid rise. Yeah. But I was amazed because they fit my butt and my hips and they didn't gape at the back. They were Abercrombie and Fitch curve range. It was like, ooh. Oh, so yeah. Ren H says, I really love Bianca. She's the reason I started drafting. Yes, she's definitely the one. I've had those slow pro classes for years, 8 years, probably longer. I've had them for years, and she was definitely the one that gave me the kick up the butt to actually do them. So yeah. Joker Clee says, I can't stand wearing skinny jeans, lol. Then again, I have legs that look like tree trunks, so skinny jeans look rather odd on me. Plus, I prefer something a little more open in the leg. Makes it easier to shake the garter snakes out when they crawl up in search of some wayward rodent. Lol. But surely if it's skinny jeans, then the garter snakes can't get up there? Surely the skinniness, like, protects the legs? Also, I am horrified at the fact that garter snakes want to crawl up trousers, and so if I ever come and visit you, I will be wearing the, like, thighest high of boots, with probably duct tape around the top so that there is no access for garter snakes, because I love snakes, but no, too intimate snaky snakes. Gin and Pin says, I'm short between my shoulder and my underbust, so trying to adjust necklines usually involves adjusting arm size. A bit too much work for me. Yeah, I'm glad that I don't have that. Yes. 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 I've been waffling for, I turned the iron on. I've been waffling for an hour and 10 minutes, and I haven't even got the sewing machine out. It's just there. It's just there. Yeah. Jojo says, Bianca is the reason I feel confident in drafting the wedding dress. Not. Is that the end of that sentence? Was there going to be more? Yeah, I'm really excited and also slightly terrified about drafting my waistcoat, but my Halston skirt came out quite well from my block. So I think it's one of those things that, like, when you have a few wins, then it'll start becoming more and more like, I can do this. But I mean, not that I didn't have a win, because my pencil skirt dress was lovely. I just think I've added too much ease, because I don't think Bianca has any ease. I think hers is a moulage rather than a sloper, from what she says, because that's how she prefers her clothes to fit. And honestly, same. So I think that's maybe where I went wrong with my sloper, because the first dress that I made from it was that pencil skirted dress, and I had to take it in everywhere. And yeah, maybe I've just added too much ease to the moulage to turn it into a sloper, because I did 1/4 of an inch, so it's 1 inch all the way around, and maybe I need to do like 1/8 of an inch, so it's 1/2 inch all the way around, because that probably would be a fit that I prefer, because we all know I like tight fitting clothes. So yeah. Jojo finished her sentence. Not that I've drafted anything else before. Lol, hit send by accident. Joker Clear says, lol, snakes in general are fairly rare around here, but we could always make up a trip up to Narcisse to see the dens. Lol. I mean, I like snakes, and I would like a pet snake, and I appreciate that, you know, actually it's just not going to be a pet. It's just a snake that I keep in an enclosure and look after. I'm not sure I want to see wild snakes. Not sure about that. Lynn says you can absolutely draft a waistcoat. There's a great thing to start with because no sleeves and no skirt. Also, it needs a bit of ease as the side seams to wear over something else. Yes. Yes. And like you said, Bianca has a video on her drafting a waistcoat, and it's going to be very similar to the one that I want. So yes. Yes, I'm that's one of the reasons I wanted to do it, is because there's no sleeves involved. I'm excited. So yeah. Rachel Lynn is here. Good morning, all. Good morning. How are you? It is nearly 1 o'clock. No wonder I'm starting to get peckish. I'm hungry. Hungry. I think I might call it a day for now, guys, because the thing that I wanted to do today needs a bunch of ironing, and quite a lot of ironing, and that means going over there and having my back to you for a period of time, which feels very rude. Yeah, I might call it a night. It's not because you've arrived, Rachel. Then don't feel it's because of you. Now that I've singled you out, you'll be like, was it something I said? Not at all. You said, I'm doing good. I actually got sleep in. I actually got to sleep in. Yay! Sleep-ins are always good. Yay. But yeah, I think I will call it a day for now, because I need to go and do a bunch of stuff. And like I say, for the retreat peeps, my afternoon and evening is going to be spent doing bag stuff. I'm going to get that hemmed, then I'm going to do back stuff. So yeah, thank you again for everyone who's watching the sew along video. I appreciate 2 hours is a lot of me to listen to. So thank you. And as I say, there will be a workout and swimwear pattern collection cull curation video coming out on Wednesday. There's going to be a Kittenish Behaviour Meets on Thursday. Someone's launching their YouTube channel on Thursday. And there will be the Patreon hangout on Wednesday evening. There will be the live hangout on Sunday next week, and a Patreon behind the scenes waffle on Saturday. I'm going to put the Patreon behind the scenes waffle up today. I've edited it. It was up last night. I just didn't put it live because 3 videos in one day might be a little much, a little too much me. So I'm going to do that next. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with me this morning. It's been very much fun, and I will see you all next week at the hangout and then during the week for all of those things. Bye.